What is happening, guys? Fallen from OTB here, coming in with the CWL week. We are going to do each war, one video after another. We are going to jump back to war number 1, and let's get it started. This is educational purposes only. Please learn something and just understand how these attacks work. Let's jump into it here. Starting with attack 1, SCP is going to get it rolling here. Starting out with the Queen, he's going to get the air blowers right there are completely off the field. We're starting the Duke next to the Queen as we walk them both together, jumping in immediately with the dragons and the drag riders coming in on the kind of the supporting side here of the heroes. Things are taking damage early. We're going to pop that healing tome, get things healed up as we're pushing through the heaviest quarter of that base right up there. Got the log roller coming out, pushing those troops all the way around. We really want to get rid of that revenge tower right there. Once that is done, we have a clear path toward the core with a couple or handful of troops right there, dropping down the OG spell, negating all of that damage on those dragons as they do kind of spread out. They work their way around a little bit here. The core is dealt with, pushing things down to the bottom here, taking out a handful of extra defenses there. And those headhunters are coming fast and hard for the Queen. Queen is able to hold them off. OG spell here is about to expire. There we go. And really good timing here. You can tell the timing just really worked out kind of naturally here. Those last few defenses are going to go down here as most of the troops are still alive. Totem spell there in the middle to signify glory and the win. An excellent job by SCP here getting it done. Attack number 2 is none other than Ant. Another kind of one of those boxy bases here as we back out a little bit. And let's see where we start. Once again, we're doing some bowlers here this time, but Ant doesn't know his way around these bowlers here. Starting out the Duke charge, getting that invis up, gonna take out some crucial defenses and pathing here, starting out early. So that is working just fine. We're gonna get again those big heavy defenses here. Is going to allow that Duke to be able to move forward here. Hopefully, are we going to push the TH? Nope, we are working our way around, which is also an even better idea. We're getting huge value out of those back-end defenses here now, away from the base. The Fox is, we always have to keep in mind the status of the Fox. Since the Fox is down, that means that Duke is going to be defenseless here, so we have to be very smart about what we're doing going forward here. See if we can get as many of those defenses as possible here. As the Duke is chaining that lightning through those defenses, we're going to be able to take care of the air defense. Things are going to go down here quite easily. We're starting the other heroes up top, running with the King around the outside, Snake Bracelet to distract. We have lots of ice golems in that CC. We're using an early ability to try and get things moving. And the bowlers are going to come in here, kind of a tough entry point here, very smart freeze. That's going to get the job done. Keep that log roller away from those troops coming in to clean up the main town hall. We're going to pop the ability here in just but a moment, as Queen and King are going to be doing just fine. And we're pushing forward here, jumping through those main defenses on the back end here, and Revenge Tower going down. Rest of those defenses, you can tell, are overwhelmed. A really smart thing to understand here is when and where to come in with the attack. And I think that was a really smart idea to push those troops right through that town hall, especially in a CWL week is always optimal if you can manage. So that base is going down here as well. Bowlers are still alive and well, everything kicking. Going into that second attack. Good job, Ant. Drum hitting number 3 right here. We have a centralized TH compartment here with a invis, and we're going to pop that invis here immediately. Get the Queen to take that out. We no longer have to deal with that, and that core just got smashed up. Starting the Queen and the Duke here now pushing their way around the outside, fortunately away from this monolith. Want to keep things away, don't want to be absorbing all that extra damage. Queen is going to decide to go into it. That's just the way it goes. That's the breaks. Now we're going to figure out where to deploy those air troops. Sure enough, we're going to start them right here. We want that monolith to go down right away. We don't want to use our OG on that area right now. We're going to use our OG probably here around the 1, 2 o'clock area, if I'm not mistaken. Sure enough, just to push things forward here, we have low health on those troops. Half of them split and went mid here. It does look a little bit crazy. Really tough to get a value when those heroes or when those troops do split, but we have pushed the core here. Log Roller has 0 HP, finally going down. We're going to be able to pick it off with the Duke there. The rest of the troops are going to be able to push around the outside. That OG spell is expiring right now. Scattershot is busy, keeping things all over the place. We got those loons leading the charge into that next area around the top here. I'm going to guess this is sort of a close one, even though we have one revive spell. That's really good, because it just, a lot of those troops had split, so we lost about half those troops when we didn't need to. It's just kind of the way the game works, though, and how things go. Freezing that nice little back compartment here. Troops still looking good into this final section of the base. There's only one air defense up. Couple Teslas could be a little dangerous, but Duke is going to be the front runner to come and tank all that extra damage up there, supported by those Furno, the Furno dragons there, able to take care of the outside nicely, and of course the minion prince is going to be doing his job as well. The main damage at this point on the attack. Excellent job by Drum. Wasn't the most pretty thing in the world, but those centralized town hall compartment bases are a little bit scary. Once again, this is Drum using his strat again. Jumping through, taking care of that air defense, pushing through and punishing those defenses on each side. Really huge value. Those scatter shots are down. This is a huge start for Drum. Starting those dragons here immediately, keeping those heroes healthy. Queen's going to be able to push in once again, dealing with a little bit of a situation on that monolith here. We got some CC troops there to distract. Doing that early ability, we do have the Log Roller defense there in the core, but we're pushing around the outside with those balloons that should be able to do a decent job to keep things busy, push those main troops forward, and we should be running right through the town hall section here shortly. All fully healed. A couple Inferno towers. We do have a poison that's going to slow some things down here. OG spell should be done here very shortly. I actually didn't see when it was deployed, but we're keeping everything healthy. We're just watching as we go. We're deploying our totem spells as soon as it makes sense. Probably going to use the freeze here on the minion prince. There we go. Going to be able to take out those last back half defenses right there. The only threat that is left is the fire spitter and the air defense here. Yet there's just so many dragons up in the front, and those drag riders are going to be able to snipe. Hopefully the rest of that goes down. And that is working mighty fine. The last few defenses left, there's just too many dragons. They're going to be able to deal with those last couple defenses as we rush this up here. Drum goes 2-0 on the War 1 here. The entry point is always the most important way to get started, and you have an entry point for your heroes and an entry point for your primary attack, and it's so easy to pick a bad angle or something like that. So it's great to keep in mind going forward. Here goes Tam. Interesting base here. A very busy town hall section. I'm wondering how we're going to be able to deal with that. Duke is going to be able to push downward. Single target Inferno, not so fun to deal with, but he does have his invis. He's got a lot of them to be able to take on. A pretty decent walk is going to be able to take care of everything here if he plays it right. Makes me wonder which direction exactly we are going to come in. Either the opposite side. It's Tam. We don't know exactly what he's going to do. So he's chaining all those defenses, and Duke is making quick work of them right there. That's really powerful. Super strong attack. Strong usage of the Duke and those invis spells. There's still 3 left. Plus he's got the Fox. Still looking really healthy. We're going to be able to take care of a lot of these defenses without any problems. Pushing up into that second air defense right there. That goes down with these. Only 2 air defenses left. Still haven't deployed the main troops here yet. I'm just waiting to see what we're going to try and get with those. Duke is just running up the side of this base. This is an insane value from that Duke. We're starting our main force coming in right at the monolith here. And so we might see a little bit of a split. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we're going to push up the core here. Better use that ability soon. Lots of damage coming in. The baby drags are going to be able to get out that scatter shot. That's a crucial defense down. And the other drag riders are going to come in and take care of those other air situations there. TH area is down. We still have a few of those dragons alive. And we're seeing now how this is definitely working. That air blower is not helping at all. Couple air defenses, or that last air defense does go down. This final section here is raged, but we have a Duke here once again just chaining throughout all those defenses. This is not even a chance. Tam is absolutely crushing this thing. Excellent way to pick that base apart. Great use of spells and troop placement, and huge. I mean, what really won that attack was the placement of, or just that Duke walk was just absolutely going crazy. So here comes Tam again, his alt account. This is, we're showing multiple from the same people. That's just how it goes. Starting up once again with that Duke. He's either trying to push the outside. Well, here we're going to end up getting the TH at this point. Nope. We just popped the invis. Nope, he's coming back in for some more. So he's going to get it done one way or another. He's going to be able to really walk out no problem on grabbing these defenses, getting the town hall kill, and securing that first portion of the attack here. Duke is looking just awesome. So we're going to get a little bit stuck here for a minute because we do have the clan castle troops. We have the Ice Hound that is going to just continue to sit back. We're going to get frozen here for a minute. And the rest of those troops are going over. Duke is chasing him across the map. Fortunately, he is invis. So there we go, stopping at a very convenient point there. So the Fox is down, but the Duke and the rest of the attack here is going. Everything's going to be able to push kind of in that L shape as we go down. Few things crossing through the middle here. Going to deal with the log roller defense. And so things are looking really good here, using the ability, freezing the board there across the middle. Lots of defenses down bottom, including that monolith, keeping things busy. But lots of defenses here pushing through. Our prince is staying healthy. He's just chunking through everything there at the bottom, or through the middle. And then those dragons are dealing with the bottom. So this is another situation where the funnel was set very nice and properly. We have no threat of just completely overwhelmed defenses. Excellent deployment, great timing, good Duke walk. We made the best out of that. Finding backup plans is another huge, very important part of these attacks. If your Duke walks the wrong way, you have to change your angle. It's got to be able to work. It's got to fit. And excellent job. Tam does it again. Skipping that one, had a little bad luck there. It happens. Josh good with his dragons. He's running the 8-7 combo there. Bottom left, still got a Duke with the Angry Jelly, so we're going straight after those defenses right now. We are not messing around. He's dedicating the totem spells to ensure that we get those last couple defenses down before we hop on over. Now we're going to start that queen up top here. So this is a split side with these heroes. We talk about the usage of when heroes should run together or when they're going to be separated. So again, for the point of the pathing, this is a very smart idea. This is typically how I would come in, splitting the heroes kind of on purpose. An early freeze right there, slowing down a lot of significant defenses that are going to be doing a lot of damage here. We are going to need to pop that Warden ability as things go forward. We're healing through. Still, the pathing is set really nicely here. He's not using an OG spell, so we are going to have to deal with this bottom portion that you typically would OG on a regular base. So we are hoping right now that those troops spread just enough, but not too much, in order to take down those last couple defenses. We have to stop the enemy prince here as well. And we do have this back end monolith, we got a puffer there going down, that's great. So we have a couple high defenses that we have to take out here quickly, and he is able to do it. Things are not the healthiest right now, but to be expected sort of at this stage. Finally, that monolith is going to go down here. We just have that single target. Now we have that archer tower as our last threat here, and he is blowing through this base. Once again, a really good spread right there. Great timing on everything. He split up the heroes. That was an appropriate time to do that. There is a time and a place to split up your heroes. The pathing was set really nicely, and that just worked perfect. Drum drum. My goodness, Drummy. It's like I get you in a video every time these days, huh? Starting out at the top here, we're going to chain up. He is dropping mass loons, just sending them in with dragons behind it. He's kind of kicking it old school style right here as we're pushing everything here around the outside, or up the middle. Duke is running around the outside, going to take care of him very quickly. Ability does go down, everything going here untouched. We have 3 revive spells. We got Rage for the core that's about to happen, I'm sure. And we're probably going to be freezing this core here as soon as we can. Sending in a late CC here to support the bottom around the outside, just see where the troops are going and respond. Again, this could have been his plan. I'm not sure if he did it and just forgot to deploy it. If not, it's kind of genius because it's able to support that strong area that we're going to have to punch through with the CC, all those heroes, and those heavy damage dealing areas. We're going to freeze everything. We have 3 revives. At this point, I think the Duke is going to come up. He's going to be able to, he's waiting for the baby, or for the Drag Rider to go down so we can just push through the rest of the base with the Rage. He'll be enraged, and that's perfect. The Drag Rider is just doing fine enough here to take that down. And so here we have a situation where Minion Prince is now on the Phoenix, and we're just taking out anything extra in the area that's going to soak up a lot of damage. There it is. We're able to get those. He comes back to life. We have 1 more revive. We're using those up. And he is once again punching through this base. No need for that 3rd revive. Duke is getting it done. This is working quite well. So yeah, we had a couple bad luck hits on this war and still ended up coming out with a win, fortunately for us. Starting with the Duke here in a very dangerous place, but it is okay to do the Duke walk when you have the invis. That's perfect. He's going to be able to walk right through these heavy defenses, through the Rage Tower. Everything here is going to be able to go down with ease, thanks to how the Duke is going to be able to operate here with the invis. Chaining all those defenses down, everything is going down nice and easy here. Starting that king to really open up the area. Now the main attack comes in, the Super Bowlers are ready to engage, and we're going to be able to punch through here, and with that Warden ability, that's going to send those troops through this whole core here, even potentially up to the Town Hall building where everything jumps in. So we're going to get one of those ice golems. They're going to freeze up the whole area right there. That is perfect. We're using the ability, and we're going to be able to punch all those troops in here right now. And just watch how quickly, under this rage that's going to be in the core here, we are going to see just absolute destruction with all of these defenses around the area. Everything is just blowing up in every single direction, and there is just not a question. Everything is able to get through without any types of problems. They are kind of walking around to that back end right there. Loons are helping to deal with the cleanup right there. Warden doesn't know which way to go. Fortunately, is supporting those Super Bowlers, which we really do need because they are taking it from that cannon. And we're into that last portion of the base right here. It does get a little bit scary with the Queen ability. The Log Roller is throwing all those troops away from the Town Hall. The Minion Prince is sniping everything else. We're going to freeze and get in there with what troops we have left. Queen's still really busy. We're going to take care of that puffer, so now we don't have to worry about that anymore. One bowler in. What's left of the heroes are going in, and this is done. 99-100. New is getting that thing in. Sorry, I haven't been saying people's names so much, but okay. Jimmy. Jimmy. Centralized compartment base right here. Can be a little bit tricky for Dragons sometimes. He's running the 11-5 with the Dragon Rider Heavy, which I absolutely love that. He's also really heavy on the totem spell, so we're going to be using totems to also attempt to tank. We got the poison out there that's going to help the Duke stay alive here. A little bit tough because we are having to push right through that air puffer there. And so we're going to see how this goes nice and early, putting down that totem, getting things busy. The rage compartment has activated. All those defenses are looking a little bit scary, but those dragon riders, they move very quickly through those defenses. Very, very effective. Here's the part that does get a little bit scary when you're using Drag Rider Heavy, is how are we going to kill the Town Hall? So we do have to have a plan for that. Usually we're looking forward to the Minion Prince or one of the couple Inferno Drags that work their way in. Perfect freeze on the back end right there. Here's a great lesson, everyone. Using the minion freeze on the back end, so important. You have plans for the totems to start out early, then you use the Warden ability to push into the core, and then you're using that freeze on the back end. Perfect use of these. Jimmy's got this. You can see it happening. I love Drag Riders. They are so fun to use. They are excellent troops, and they never were extremely popular until pretty recently. So that's 11-5. I love that combo. 11-5, very strong. Heavy on those totems. You could sub out a couple of those totems. Oh, he did have the OG, of course. But yeah, you can go really heavy on totems with the Drag Riders. Things work really well. A couple attacks left. We got Germ. Germ is coming in here, taking out that air defense, taking out two of them. Queen's going to get that arrow in to take care of anything else. We're going to be pushing together with those troops. So now we're going to ask, how are we going to be dealing with it? We're starting the throwers there at the bottom. That's a perfect decision. They're going to make quick work of that cannon. Things are looking really nice and healthy. We're going to have to drop those healers here in just but a moment. Coco Loon there, and everything is on the mend right now. Those throwers are going to be able to stay alive because it's just a scatter shot that we're dealing with. We're trying to take care of getting that support by King on the other side. King is frozen, very annoying having to deal with that. But regardless of what happens, if the throwers do get stuck going around here, they're eventually going to be able to move up. It's just a matter of time until we move in toward the core here. As that core did get killed on this side for the most part. Oh, everything. We need one hit. There we go. Into this heavy defense area right here. That's perfect. Everything going in. Those throwers are really looking healthy right now. Not a single problem here with them. Everything is going well. We still have the OG that we never needed to use. We have all of these spells. Germ has absolutely destroyed this thing. My goodness, what a strong attack that is working so well. I love to see the Druid in there as well. All of these extra troops and everything is just looking so good. That is a very strong attack. Germ has done it. Jumping up to 14, it's me! Swinging really low. I have been enjoying the Hydra here lately. I wasn't sure exactly how to hit this base. I didn't feel too comfortable with it. So I have not been doing anything too special with my Duke, but we did want to activate the middle and take out the air sweeper if at all possible. So Queen's going to set the pathing there. Duke, I wish I paid more attention to because he's going to start and die here very quickly. But that's okay because he does stay alive long enough to clean out the rest of the compartment, which was kind of my backup plan. Everything else is going to be able to push through here. We had a totem set up there to tank those heavy defenses. As things push forward, we're going to be using that Warden ability here very shortly, and we hit it just fine. We're going to Rage going into the core. By the time the Warden ability is up, the core will be dead, basically. I did use a freeze slightly early, I believe, but that is a lot of damage in there. I just wanted to assure that it was going to go down. A few drag riders here around the outside assisting to get that outside area dealt with. I noticed that, so we did OG the side there just so we can kind of run through without having too many problems. And we got a freeze there that we put on that OG after it came back up. Minion Prince is going to be able to get enough done here to knock that out, and this is done here as well. Really nice combo, very strong. Just have to set the pathing with them, and they do such a great job. Okay, last attack of the video here, number 15, DJ going in on 15. So, centralized town hall, nothing too crazy about this. And just really open that up, that core